These are 3 different patterns. I'm going to have a set of 4 wheels off of this one, 2 off of this one, and 2 off of this one. This rim, along with this hub here, go on these other 2 pieces as well. The only problem I ran into, this rim was warped like a wave washer. It wouldn't set flat. So I ended up having to temporarily glue it down, because when I'd try to ram it, it would vibrate and just crumble the edges of the mold all the way around. These little holes here, I don't feel comfortable that they're gonna come out clean. I don't want to make up 8 molds and then find out I just screwed up 8 castings. So I'm only going to cast 1 right now, just to verify it and examine it and check it, make sure everything's good. And once I'm happy with that, then I'll cut loose with the rest of them and do everything consistently. But there's no reason for me to show you the process for this one and that one and that one when it's the exact same process. I'm going to go with this size riser on the cope. And I will probably move it down just a little bit, about right there. And I'll have my little trap here. I'll go around with a little semicircle on this end. Since I've got more mass here, I'm going to go ahead and put this right where I'm going to be putting the riser. That'll be the thickest mass there. And we'll give that a shot. Somebody made the comment on either my last video, can't remember, that I needed to show all this in real time. You really don't want to see all this in real time. It would take forever. Try to firm that up the best I can. Can't get a good parting line. May as well turn it up on edge. I'll just float this out. Well, it didn't come out too bad so far. Alright, so our little trap is right here. I'm going to cut a concentric runner. Oops, can't go that way. And I'm going to cut in here. And here. Go ahead and make these a little wider. my iron, this is the imprint of that trap. So I'm going to hit it tangent here with an overhead runner above the parting line, and it'll come down the cope, hit here. Got to get that out. And it will make a path on the overhead runner into the trap here. And then from the trap, it'll fill all this, and most of the trash will go to the dome of this little area here on the cope. Over here, I put my riser as close as I could right here. I want my gates to freeze off before the riser. So this is going to be a good bit bigger passage here. It's going to be a fun little thing to cut off. The only thing I got to worry about are these breaking off. Got to be as careful as I can because of the thin dam of sand I've got between the runner and the actual casting here. So I've got to be very gentle. Alright, so we got one hole. We got one big hole right there that broke off, and every one of the little ones broke off. The overall contour looks decent. We're just going to have to do the best we can with it. For the most part, everything else stayed in place. Let's see how it handles the air pressure. These little ledges, I'm going to lightly rake those back. I do not want that washing off in the casting. so my riser's right here. I want to cut my pouring basin on this side of the sprue. So I'm gonna, you can't see that. Alright, so my riser is right here, or that trap. And it's probably only about this far from the top of this cope, so I don't want to put my pouring basin there. I might accidentally cut into that. So I need to cut it on this side of the sprue. So I'm going to have to flip it over, and that way I work better cutting down, not up. All right. All right. Got it. Our wheel, all wire brushed. It failed. It did a good job on the quality of the iron. The iron's super soft. Got one issue before I go pouring these. I got to figure out, well, for one thing, I got to do a better job of making sure these holes don't break out. That can be drilled out along with these. But look at this flange. It's eccentric to the hub. It's kind of hard to tell. But you can see where it's getting a little thinner here. It's shifted, and I need to check the pattern out and make sure that's not supposed to be that way. Test piece, I'd give it an 8. We can do a lot better. This is the test piece. There's a few little issues with it, so it won't be going to the customer, but I didn't want to scrap it out. I'll use it for a wall hanger or something. But that's the back side. Like I said, there's no shrinkage at all. I didn't have to put a center riser on the hub, which is good. So now that this tested out okay, I'm going to be able to ram up the remainder of the patterns and do those consistently the same way I did this one and get these to the customer. I know he'll be happy to see these. Like and subscribe if you haven't already to keep up with current projects that are steadily going on here at Windy Hill Foundry. Hope you enjoyed it and have a good day.